Question 181. Real property tax liens have priority over A. Mechanics liens, B. Judgments, C. Divorce settlements, D. All of the above. Correct answer is D. All of the above. Real property tax liens are considered superior to almost all other liens. This is because governments need to ensure they can collect property taxes, which are essential for funding public services. Therefore, real property tax liens take priority over all. However, federal tax liens have priority over subsequently imposed liens for local real estate taxes. Question 182. 4 properties owned by an individual are secured by one trust deed, which is known as an A. All-inclusive trust deed, B. Subordinate trust deed, C. Blanket trust deed, D. Summary loan. Correct answer is C. Blanket trust deed. An all-inclusive trust deed, AITD, is a type of seller financing where the new loan wraps around an existing loan. It does not refer to multiple properties. A subordinate trust deed is a junior lien, meaning it's in a lower priority position than another lien. It does not refer to multiple properties. Summary loan is not a real estate finance term. A blanket trust deed, or mortgage, covers multiple parcels of real property as collateral for a single loan. This is the defining characteristic of the scenario described. Question 183. When calculating an estimate of value, an appraiser would rely mostly on which date? A. When the deed was recorded, B. When the purchase contract was signed, C. When escrow closed, D. When the buyer moved into the property. Correct answer is B. When the purchase contract was signed. The date the purchase contract is signed is the date when the buyer and seller agree upon the price and terms of the transaction. From an appraiser's standpoint, this establishes the agreed-upon market value at that specific point in time. When an appraiser is looking at comparable sales, the date of the signed purchase contract is the most accurate date to use. Question 184. A real estate agent advertised in a newspaper that anyone hiring him to sell their home would receive a free home appliance valued up to $700. This ad would be A. Illegal, unless the ad is approved by the California Association of Realtors, B. Illegal, under any circumstances. C. Illegal, because the value of the gift exceeds $100, D. Legal, if full disclosure is made to all parties. Correct answer is D. Legal, if full disclosure is made to all parties. Real estate agents can offer incentives or inducements to attract clients. However, it's crucial that all parties involved are fully informed about the terms and conditions of the incentive. Full disclosure ensures transparency and avoids any potential misrepresentation or fraud. Question 185. A property's economic life is most likely to be affected by A. Effective age of its furnace, B. Condition when it is purchased, C. Changing conditions in the neighborhood, D. Building materials. Correct answer is C. Changing conditions in the neighborhood. Physical life is measured as the period during which property can be expected to remain in existence. Economic life refers to the period during which a property is expected to generate income or provide economic benefits. It's influenced by external factors that affect the property's desirability and market value. Factors like changes in zoning, increased traffic, new businesses, school quality, crime rates, and overall desirability of the area can significantly impact a property's economic life. These factors can cause a property to become obsolete or less desirable, shortening its economic lifespan. While the condition of a furnace can affect a property's value, it's a relatively minor factor compared to neighborhood changes. Furnaces can be replaced. Building materials affect the physical life of a structure, but economic life is more concerned with the property's ability to generate income and maintain value in the market. Neighborhood changes will affect the market value far more. Question 186. A real estate agent selling a real property sales contract, also called a land contract, must have an assignment of the contract executed and recorded in the county where the property is located within how many days after escrow is closed? A. 10 days. B. 2 weeks. C. A month. D. There is no requirement for such a recording. Correct answer is A. 10 days. California Civil Code Section 2985.51 requires that the assignment of a real property sales contract, land contract, be recorded within 10 days of the transfer. An agent who sells a land contract and collects a commission for doing so must record the assignment within 10 days after escrow closes or after the seller obtains his money. Question 187. Net capital losses deducted in a single tax year cannot exceed A. $3,000, B. $5,000, C. $10,000, D. There is no limit on capital loss deductions. Correct answer is A. $3,000. When you sell a capital asset, like stocks or real estate, for less than you paid for it, you incur a capital loss. The IRS limits the amount of net capital losses that can be deducted against ordinary income in a single tax year to $3,000, $1,500 if married filing separately. Capital gains and capital losses are netted against each other. If there is a net gain, it is taxed as a capital gain. Any capital losses exceeding the $3,000 limit can be carried over to future tax years. Question 188. 1 square mile equals A. 56,535 square feet, B. 1 million square feet, C. 27,878,400 square feet, D. A square mile cannot be expressed in square feet. Correct answer is C. 27,878,400 square feet. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. A square mile is a square with sides that are 1 mile long. Therefore, 1 square mile equals 5,280 feet multiplied by 5,280 feet. 5,280 times 5,280 equals 27,878,400. Question 189. Property managers can be compensated in these ways, except A. Commission for new tenants, B. Gross receipts percentage, C. Percentage of discount received on the purchase of building supplies, D. Free room and board. Correct answer is C. Percentage of discount received on the purchase of building supplies. Property managers are typically compensated for their services through fees related to their management activities. This includes things like finding tenants, collecting rent, and overseeing maintenance. Any discounts granted for supplies or other materials by the provider or the owner's property. Taking a percentage of discounts received on building supplies creates a conflict of interest. It incentivizes the property manager to prioritize discounts over quality or the best interests of the property owner. This is considered unethical and potentially illegal. Question 190. A person writes, dates and signs his will entirely on his own. This kind of will is called A. Invalid, B. Holographic, C. Self-testamentary, D. Valid, if witnessed by a non-relative. Correct answer is B. Holographic. A holographic will is a will that is entirely handwritten, dated, and signed by the testator, the person making the will. In many jurisdictions, including California, Holographic wills are recognized as valid, provided they meet certain requirements. A testator is not required to have witnesses to her signature if the will is written, dated and signed in her own handwriting.